I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Senator Richard Blumenthal addressed the infant formula shortage during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on Wednesday. The baby formula shortage was spurred by COVID-19 related supply chain issues and a voluntary recall of baby formula from Abbott Laboratories. Last month, Republicans and Democrats alike took FDA Commissioner Robert Califf to task over the crisis. Senator Blumenthal said what makes him angriest about the situation is, quote, the Food and Drug Administration's delay in catching this problem. Listen in as the Connecticut Democrat explains.
We're here because of a concentrated market, potential monopolistic dominance that may have exacerbated or contributed to the shortage in infant formula that has so terrified and harmed American families. And the sole source WIC contracting procedure may have likewise contributed to or aggravated the consolidation in the market. The government is not blameless here. But what outrages me most here is, in fact, the Food and Drug Administration's delay in catching this problem. And I realize it's not antitrust, but it's kind of the elephant in the room. There were at least 9 infant deaths and countless illnesses, we don't even know how many, linked to the formulas produced at Abbott's Sturgis, Michigan plant, which is an increase over the previously reported number. We're just getting the truth. And it's coming to us literally a year after, more than a year after, the first whistleblower report in February 2021. The FDA didn't do any disclosure until a year after the whistleblower report. And we're just now learning the dimensions of this disaster. The FDA failed to act. It betrayed its trust. I am writing to the FDA Inspector General asking for an investigation, because this kind of dereliction and failure to disclose, it's a combined betrayal of trust, is absolutely unacceptable. And again, the consolidation within the industry, maybe giving that kind of power to Abbott, maybe its capture of the agency. We have yet to know the full story, but my hope is the Inspector General will give us some insight, because the FDA had a trust here, a stewardship, which it failed to uphold. I'm very pleased that the FTC has announced that it's launching an investigation into the causes of this crisis. I hope it will be penetrating and insightful and hard-hitting and frank and timely. We need to know right away, because, in fact, infants have been denied a lot of food that they need, and parents have been seeing their lives turned upside down in ways that we all understand as a parent. I will never forget my first assignment as a new father, eventually of 4, and my nervous run to the store to pick up the first formula that my first son promptly spit up in my face. But this is sort of basic responsibility. And I'm very troubled by economic discrimination, which I hope the FDA will investigate. Economic discrimination can have a disproportionate impact on inner city communities that lack access to suburban big box scores. Economic discrimination, in effect, is formula manufacturers and distributors offering more favorable terms to the big box retailers over smaller regional retailers. And at least one small retailer in Connecticut has expressed concern that they were denied inventory and stock for their bare shelves as larger chains with larger contracts receive special treatment. So this effect of consolidation, the dominance of four giants, may also affect distribution and retailing. I hope the FTC will explore it. No infant should go hungry just because they live in a certain zip code. I think we can all agree on that idea. And I'm eager to see the results of an investigation. But let me ask both of you, first Mr. Lin, can you explain how discriminatory terms can exacerbate the shortage of this kind of essential product like baby formula? And what are our best tools to ensure that small grocers or urban grocers or any other retailers and pharmacies can source vital products like baby formula?
Thank you, Senator. That's an excellent question. Discrimination, the foundations of anti-monopoly in the United States and actually in the UK and Britain stand on non-discrimination. We could trace this back to 400 years ago to the statute of monopoly, 1624. And non-discrimination means that everyone gets treated the same. Equal justice before the law and equal rights before the monopolist. It's the same thing, really. And how did we achieve this in the United States in a distributed, complex economy such as we developed in the 20th century? We did it through rules on pricing and limiting the ability of people to discriminate in pricing and terms. So for most of the 20th century and actually much of the 19th century, large corporations, essential facilities, retailers were prohibited from discriminating, and also sellers were prohibited from discrimination in sort of the sale of their products. Everyone got the same terms at the same price. We had rules such as the Robinson-Patman law that achieved this, that applied this to the retail system. All of these approaches were torn apart, were thrown away in the 1980s. So we now have a situation in which discrimination allows the big to get bigger and the poor to get nothing.
Thank you for that excellent answer. I'm going to ask Mr. Contreras, because I think he deserves a little airtime here, to respond to that same question without meaning any disrespect, but I'm about to end my time. Thank you. No problem.